What's up, y'all? This is Uncle P. This is going to be a quickie. A quickie video. All right, so here's the deal. There's not a lot of news this week, but there are some things we do need to pay attention to. And there's something else that's vitally important you guys really need to know about. And I'll go over that in a little bit. But here's the deal. So on the Monday, we have the Swiss, which is coming out with their unemployment numbers. Now, this is very important because the Swiss doesn't come out with too much news, but when it does, it tends to spike the market. So you still want to pay attention to any news events that are coming out on the Swiss. When they do announce something, take it serious, okay? And then you have the Europe, which is coming out with their CPI numbers. CPI is Core Price Index. So here's what I do. Let me go here so you guys can kind of see this. So you can go to my FX book, like I told you guys before, click on economic calendar, and you can do each day, or for like me, I do click on this week, okay? And when you click on this week, it'll pull up all these different things, okay? And if this pops up, you just click to continue, all right? And as I'm scrolling down, let's go here. They do have the Westpac, but I don't. You know, if you can put it on your charts, on your list if you want to. So here's the CPI. What you can do is click right here and it'll open up and kind of explain what it is. Okay. Sometimes it will kind of explain and tell you what is going on. If not, you can research it and just say, hey, what is the CPI numbers? And it'll tell you that. Okay. But basically that's what it is. Consumer Price Index. Basically I like to call it the calendar, where they have regular inflation report, and then you have the one where how much extra am I paying as a consumer inflation report. How much further do I have to pay for a loaf of bread? They used to be 99 cents, now went up to $1.50, $2, $2.50, $4, $10. How much am I paying extra? That's what it is, okay? Consumer Price Index. So that's what's coming out. So that is on the list. It's not always a market mover, but just in case the numbers are weird, then you at least know why. All right. And then here's something that's really, really important. This is what I'm paying attention to. This is the big day for me. So I'm going to highlight that right here. Okay. Big day, big day. You do want to pay attention to this day. The U.S. is coming out with their inflation numbers, which tends to drive the, interest rate reports. So when interest rates are being judged on whether to move up interest rates or leave them alone, it's primarily judged off of the inflation numbers now. They go hand in hand, they're married. And you add in the fact that you got consumer price index going in at the same time. So that is a big, see, not much news. And then on Thursday, so you can see right here, Thursday, the 10th, you got all these numbers for the U.S. coming out with the CPIs, or the consumer price index. And you got the inflation numbers, YOY. Now, let me explain this to you so you guys are very clear. When you're looking at these reports and you see, a mom or yo, yeah, that's like, okay, hey, mom. No, it's not mom. This is month over month. Then the main number you want to look at is year over year, which means month over month means last month versus this month. Year over year means last year versus this year. Okay. So the year over year is what you want to pay attention to. What was the core inflation numbers last year compared to this year? Is it getting better? Now, if you want to do it on a micromanaged level, you'll look at it as month over month. Are the numbers getting, and sometimes this is what the Feds are looking at, each month, is it improving or getting worse? This one will just give you the overall numbers compared to last year to this year, but these are telling you what's happening this month versus last month. Okay. So that's the mom versus the YOY. Okay. So therefore the U.S. is probably going to have some real fireworks on Thursday. Okay. And then on Friday, you have a couple of things, not major, but they are major. Okay. And let's go and look at that on the GDP. See, GDP growth. Okay. Gross domestic products is what it stands for. I'm going to click on it and show you that, but I just want to show you guys, see, you have year over year, and then you have quarter over quarter, which means every 3 months, quarter over quarter. You have 4 quarters in every month, like 4 quarters equal $1. So every couple of months, they put out a report, quarter over quarter. That's what Q stands for. Okay. So you understand what a MOM is, you understand what a QOQ is, and you understand what a YOY is. Year over year, quarter over quarter, which means every 3 months. And then you have month over month, which is every month. Okay, like you have to pay your rent or your house note. All right, so let's take a look at this so you kind of know what this is. Okay, so I clicked on that and it brings up this report. Now, this is going to be interesting for you to learn. So this is why you want to click on it. And there's other more elaborate reporting news sources that you can get information from. Okay, so you don't have to depend on just MyFX book or Forex Factory. There's some more elaborate ones. But just watch this. After Germany, the United Kingdom has the 6th largest economy in the world and the 2nd largest economy in Europe. Among the most significant, the services sector accounts for 79% of overall gross domestic products. Okay, so you can follow along and just read more about it. So this tells you this is very, very important because they had 79% is pretty high. So when you say, okay, what news events are important, this is why this is important to that particular part of the world. So if you're going to be in a trade on the GBP and you know this is coming out, you want to pay attention because depending on what it says, it can spike in either direction. Okay. And the Europe is coming back out, and we talked about this consumer price index is on Friday. So that wraps up what I'm looking for the week. So again, here's what we did last week. Again, Mr. Elvis killed it. Now, a lot of you are wondering, well, what was the live total pips for Miss Jenny's class? It was Miss Jenny's birthday. So she went to, I think she went to Jamaica or somewhere for her birthday. So there wasn't any class. That's why we don't have numbers for her. She should be back this week. And there you go. Okay. But either way it goes, Mr. Elvis killed it in the signals group, 13 wins, only 2 losses. And 1 break even. So unless you're doing numbers like that, and if you're struggling, as we always say, earn while you learn. You can always join in. You'll be able to have access to the signals. You'll have gain access to a new trading system that Miss Jenny uses specifically for her trading class. You'll also get a bonus indicator, and you're getting live trade classes with Miss Jenny. And it's been years since she actually have taken a vacation for herself. So this is the first time for her to have taken a well-deserved vacation for her birthday. She was well-deserved, but I think she'll be back this week. So you'll be in live sessions twice a week with her if you choose to. Or if you just want the signals, you can do that. If you want both services, it's all the same price. We don't overcharge. And look at this. You're getting all that for a phenomenal fee of just $69 a month. Okay. 1 trade can pay this back, and then the rest of the month is all good and gravy for you. Okay. All right. So anyway, just go to our website, superezforex.com, and click right here on join our signals trade group. You can sign up right here. And then once you get done signing up, you click right here to log in and go through the tutorials. Everything you need to know, all the links to the groups and everything else is all in the tutorials. I will always know, my staff will always know if you are trying to skip the line and trying to rush the process, because people will be willing to send 30 emails. They really do. You're willing to send 30 emails asking and demanding questions to be answered when all of those were answered right in the tutorials. And that tells us right up front, we got somebody who's not taking the job serious. Because if you're not willing to go through a couple of simple tutorials, then what are you doing in this business? Okay, because this is a detail-oriented business. So if you're not willing to go through the tutorials, which are only just a few, then, okay, that tells us what kind of client we're dealing with, who probably won't stick around anyway because they get mad, they get pissed over things that was already explained in the tutorial. So please, before you shoot emails asking 100 questions, go through the tutorials. Everything you need to know, all the links, the trading systems, the bonus indicator, everything is explained. Everything is in there. Then if you still have questions, then yeah, we understand that sometimes you will have a question here or there. Primarily though, after all these years, those who actually went through every tutorial without trying to skip steps, rarely ever email questions because they realize, oh, it was answered in the tutorials. Okay, so just sign up, go through the tutorials, and you'll be ready to go to start receiving those signals this week. All right, told you, short video. Talk to you all later. See you in the next one.